Hey guys, how's it going? Spec Hero Production here today. Today we're doing something a bit different. Today we're going to be looking for used cars in Russia. Yes, you heard me right, I did say in Russia. So I have this app downloaded. I'll leave a link in the description. Basically this has a bunch of cars for sale in Russia. And yeah. So the reason why I'm doing this, I had this app, and I've looked through it, and I've seen some pretty interesting cars. So, I want you guys to see what kind of cars they have for sale there. So let's get into our first car. Alright, our first car, Toyota Corona Primo, no pun intended. Yeah, so basically this is Toyota Corona from 1996. This is basically the Toyota Corona is a bigger version of the Toyota Corolla. So basically a bigger brother for the Toyota Corolla. Nothing much about this car. The only reason why I picked it because it literally says Corona, and most trending thing today is the coronavirus, so that's why I picked it. Here are some pics. It's for sale somewhere in Russia right now. Yeah, there's only 13 pics. It has a 1.8 liter engine with 115 horsepower. This particular one has 279,000 kilometers. It's not that bad. Alright, our next car. Now, this is a bit different, and I bet half of you guys that basically scroll through YouTube and watch car stuff and just know about cars in general, I bet half of you, or at least probably 90% of you, don't know what this car is. Now, this car is a Russian-built car, very limited production. This is called the Tagaz Akula, or Aquila. I'm not sure how you say the last name. I think it's Akula because in Russian, Akula is a shark. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, so the body is built out of fiberglass. Like, the whole body is built out of fiberglass. There's a lot of exterior shots for this, whoever's selling it. Yeah, so as I said, this is a very limited production, and they don't make them anymore, or I think so. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, very weird looking car. They tried to make it sporty looking. I'll try to show you guys the interior. This guy only has one interior shot, which is right here. So as you can see, pretty tacky interior, I would say. Like, the seats are weird. Pretty cheap looking stuff. Yeah. So, this particular car costs 249,000 rubles, which I'll try showing you right now on Google. Hold up. Where is my Google? Wrong. There. Right. Rubles to Canadian. Let's put in 249,000 rubles. That is 4,877 Canadian dollars. So that's not that bad for a pretty rare car, I would say, because they don't make them anymore. Anyways, on to our next car. Actually, before we do that, I forgot to tell you the specs. So, guess how much horsepower this car has. Now, you might be thinking this might have quite a bit of horsepower, about maybe 300, somewhat 350 maybe. Well, you're wrong, basically, because this car, right, has a 1.6 liter engine with 107 horsepower. Yes, you heard me right, 107. I don't know how this thing drives, but I'd rather buy a Toyota Honda Civic even, and it's gonna be faster than this thing, for sure. Like, all you're getting for this car basically is the body and the looks, and like basically all show no go. I mean, not that I really like the look of this car. The front end and the rear end is not that bad, but like the side profile, not the side, basically the side shot. This door, the window seal, if you guys can see it, is like really weird. It looks like as if, like, the back door looks as if it's like armored. Is if you look at armored cars, they're basically, their windows are really small and they have really thick window seals. So it looks like as if it's armored. Alright. Our next car is a Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, I know this doesn't look like a Toyota Land Cruiser, but it's basically, I guess, how do you call it, a body kit, you could say. It has this like cool looking front bumper. I'm not a big fan of it, but oh, it has even wide arches. That's cool. Quad exhausts. Holy moly, I never knew a Land Cruiser has like bench seats in the back. That's so cool. Anyways, as you can see, it has like this body kit on it, which doesn't look that bad. There's obviously worse, but quad exhausts make it look extra good, extra better, really much better. I mean, that wing doesn't look as bad too. It really fits the, how do you call it, the looks. But if I had a Land Cruiser, I would have not done this. So yeah. Anyways, so this Land Cruiser is 2007. It costs 1.5 million rubles, and no, it's not like 1.5 million Canadian. I'll show you right now. Let's plop that into our calculator. 1.5 million rubles is basically 30,363 Canadian dollars, which is actually not that bad. 30,000, but this one's probably been used a lot. Let's just see. Just get back here. Basically, it has a 4.7 liter V8 engine that makes 288 horsepower. It says right here it has 180,000 kilometers, which is quite a lot for this car, really. Oh, not a lot, but like just quite a lot of mileage for the money. And yeah. Now, so as you can see, since we are looking for used cars in Russia, I obviously have to put in a Russian car. Well, like the first sort of coupe car, the Tagaz, that's a Russian car, but this is more of an OG Russian car. So this is a Lada 2114, 2114, or Lada Samara if it came out here in the States. It would be called, like in the States, it would be called the Lada Samara. Anyways, as you can see, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it has tinted rear lights. I mean, pretty bad rear quarter panel there, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called. Yeah, not much I know about this car, but basically it has a 1.6 liter 1.6 liter engine with 81 horsepower. This car has 120,000 kilometers. This is okay for this car. And yeah, I bet most of you guys know this car. This is a Toyota Mark II from, what year is it? 1994. So as I've said, I've been looking through this website for quite a while now, and I've seen a lot of these for sale. So this is a pretty cool car, pretty popular in Russia too. Some people use it as a drift build, and some people just use it as a daily driver. I guess it's this guy is. So it is a right-hand drive, as you guys can see. yeah, not much I can say about it. Pretty clean. It looks pretty clean for this car, because usually they would be like really used and basically built as a drift missile. And to be honest, it doesn't look that bad. This is probably the cleanest one I've found when looking through for them. No rust at all. It's really good. The Grand Regalia. This is probably some kind of edition that I don't know of. So basically, this has a 2-liter. Don't know like how many cylinders, but yeah, this is a 2-liter engine with 100 horsepower, which is not a lot, but still pretty good. It has 316,000 kilometers, which is a lot, but it's a Toyota, so it's probably gonna last for a while. Alright guys, last car for today. So as you guys can see, this looks pretty familiar. Now, this is supposed to be a Chrysler Sebring, which here it is right here. You guys might see it around your block someone driving it. Well, in Russia, during the early 2000s, like 2010, 2000 something, they did a cooperation with a few of their cars. They cooperated with, or a collaboration, I think it was, with GM. So they came out with this car, which is also a pretty rare car. This is the Gaz Volga Sabre. They came out with a few other cars like the Chevy Niva or the Chevrolet Niva, which is only made in Russia. But yeah, so they made this car, which is basically a Chrysler Sebring, but with Russian, how do you call it, branded logos on it, which is pretty cool, to be honest, because not every day you would probably see this car. And it also looks very similar to it. They just changed up like the front grille. Here it is. I'm gonna try putting it side by side. Never mind, it doesn't work. So yeah, this car has a 2.4-liter engine with 143 horsepower, and it's 150,000. It has 150,000 kilometers, and it costs 300,000 rubles. So let's check out how much 300,000 rubles is. Right here. Let's plot that in here. There we go. 300,000 rubles. That is 5,876.75 Canadian dollars, which is probably the price you could get a Chrysler Sebring for here. Not sure the exact price, but probably around that price you can get a pretty good Chrysler here. But in Russia you get your own branded Chrysler Sebring, which looks pretty cool too. Like, as you can see, they changed up the headlights a bit. They put like these rounded circle sort of lights, whereas here they just have like normal lights. Not normal lights, but like without the circles, basically. So they did make the effort of changing up the grille and basically changing up the appearance of the car so it won't be the exact same thing, because a lot of the cars today are different brands but like the exact same car. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today. If you're new here, please like and subscribe this video, and if you already are subscribed, comment down below if you guys want me to make more videos like this, like searching through different websites for used cars. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.